Hello everyone, welcome to Birch and Lily. My name is Amanda and this is my podcast about knitting and cross stitch. Today is November 5th, 2019 and this is episode 23. There are two places that you can find me on the internet. The first is on Instagram at birch.and.lily and the second is on Ravelry as Birch and Lily. So we might as well just get started with some exciting news this episode. This past week, I guess, this channel and my podcast hit 1,000 subscribers, which is like super crazy and beyond my wildest dreams, and I did not expect that to ever happen, but thank you guys so much. It means a lot to me that 1,000 of you have subscribed to my channel and enjoy what I'm doing, and it makes sitting down and recording these episodes every couple weeks really worth it. So, to celebrate such a large milestone, I have a giveaway for you guys. So I guess I'll preface this with, please do not comment giveaway down below on the video. I don't want anyone searching giveaway on YouTube and finding and entering when they don't really want to earn this type of prize. And yeah. I'll tell you what to comment down below in a minute, I guess, after I show you what the prize is. So, I thought since my podcast is mostly about sock knitting, usually there's something else, but mostly about sock knitting, that I would give away 3 skeins of yarn that you could use to knit some socks with. So, this is what I have picked out for you guys. So I'll give you a closer peek at all 3 of these skeins. There are 2 hedgehog fibers colorways here on her 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon base, her sock yarn. These were both actually club colorways, so if you win these, very few people have them and you can't get them anymore. So this first colorway here, this is called Purple Noise. So it's a beautiful light pink with speckles of bright pink, purple, yellow, all sorts of pretty colors. Make a beautiful pair of socks. The second hedgehog fibers colorway is called Fly Trap. So this has tons of different green colors, grays, and then pops of pink throughout. And then the final colorway, since we're coming on to Christmas here, this is from Vivid Yarn Studio. Now this is on a 95% superwash merino, 5% stellina base. So while you can knit socks out of these, I wouldn't call them a hard wearing sock base, just because this is more of a singles base. So if you were to knit socks out of these would be more of like a lounging around the house sock. But this is a Christmas colorway, and I thought it was kind of fitting since December is next month. Knit yourself up a pretty pair of Christmas socks. So this is Gingerbread House from Vivid Yarn Studio. So browns, greens, reds, blues, and there's stellina in there. So nice and pretty and sparkly. So I think I will get you guys to comment down below and use the word socks in your comment. The reason I'll get you guys to do that is just so I know if someone's commenting and the word socks is in their comment that they want to win the prize. I don't want to have it that someone comments down below, doesn't want to win, and then I pick them and they win and they didn't really want the prize. Does that make sense? So what I will end up doing is using a random comment generator, and I'll put socks in as the keyword to find. So if you've said socks in your comment, you will be entered in the giveaway. Hello everyone, this is future uploading me. I forgot to mention 2 things about the giveaway, which is slightly embarrassing. Number 1, you must be a subscriber to enter, and number 2, I will be drawing for a winner on the next episode of the podcast, which is November 19th. Thanks so much. See you later. So, like I said, please don't say giveaway down below. Say the word socks in your comment if you want to be entered to win. And seriously, thank you so much, you guys, for helping me hit 1,000 subscribers. I just can't believe it. It's insane. And I appreciate it so much. I just noticed I didn't do my buttons up on my sleeves. So we'll just fix that now and pretend that didn't happen. If I can get them done up, otherwise we'll be rolling my sleeves. Okay, so now that that is out of the way, let's jump into knitting. I have one finished knitting object this week, and I also have one finished cross stitch object this week. So, yay, finishing things. So, let us jump into my knitting finished object. This is my Desert Vista Dyeworks pair of socks for the month of October. I cast on 60 stitches for these on 2.25 millimeter US 1 needles, and I did a 2x2 rib, afterthought heel, and a normal wedge toe. So there they are. These are knit out of the Desert Vista Dyeworks Neon Cotton Candy colorway. Usually she's known for her self-striping yarn. This is a variegated colorway, which, oh my goodness, it's so pretty and like crazy and insane, and I love it. I think these will be a really good pair for the winter, just to make me feel a little bright and cheery. This progress keeper here is from Simply Serving, little pumpkin macaron. And yeah, so that's where I was last episode. I had the one sock done and I was working on the leg of the second sock, able to finish them both up. And yeah, not much to say about a plain stockinette pair of socks. Nice and cozy, they fit really well, and I'm excited to have them done. There are 2 more months left of the Desert Vista Dyeworks knit along, and I'm itching to have it finished. Okay, so let's move on to works in progress. This was in a bag. It was in this project bag from Birch Grove that I show all the time. It's one of my few larger project bags. But I am so close to finishing it that it doesn't fit anymore. So I probably could have had this done for this episode, but I didn't want to have it done without having the ends woven and blocked to show you guys. So I figured I'll just finish it up today and I can show you guys it fully finished next episode. But this is my boot weather sweater by Tristan Molina of Dragon Hoard Yarn and Dragon Hoard Designs. And I'm gonna have to move backwards. I guess the one nice thing about, I don't know if you noticed my new setup here, I have a lot more room to move backwards. So here we go. Last episode, where was I? I put the progress keeper in a really bad spot. Last episode, I was right here. So just starting off on this second motif with the cream and the red. So I was able to finish the whole body, finish the neckline. One sleeve is done, and I'm just finishing up the second one. I'm about 1/3 of the way through the ribbing on the second sleeve. I am knitting this out of 2 different dyers colorways. The gray is from a dyer that is no longer dyeing. I just found her at the Ann Arbor Fiber Expo, and she was getting out of dyeing, so her yarn was quite cheap. So I figured that was a good way to get the body color, since I had to have 4 skeins for that. I hate to say cheap. It was on sale. I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't cheap. It's good quality yarn. Anyways, and then the green, the red, and the cream are all from Leading Men Fiber Arts. The cream color here is called Sandcastle. The red is Rusted, and this bright green is called Dirty Truce. So what do I have to say? I'm using 2 needles for this. The main body and colorwork needle is a US 5, or no, a US 8, which is a 5mm needle, and then the ribbing needle is a US 6, which is a 4mm needle. And yeah, as for gauge, I'm very happy with my gauge. The color work looks great. My floats, I'm very happy with. If I can flip this up here, I'm very happy with my floats as well. And I'm on gauge, but I have to say, this is massive on me. As for the bagginess factor, I'm okay with that because it's a really cozy, wonderful sweater. But the length of it is really long, and I am short. I am only 5'2", 5'1". Don't even know my own height. I was covering my mic the whole time I was talking, so I'm gonna just start that over and hope I start off at where I started covering it. So what I was saying is that I love this sweater. The bagginess, I hate to say bagginess, the positive ease of it is great. I find that wonderful, but it's really, really long. I'm gonna hold it away from my body this time and hopefully not hit my mic, but like it is super long. Yeah, it's really hard to tell on the video, but I did try it on and it's really long, and I'm worried that when I block it, it's gonna grow a lot. So I haven't decided just yet if I want to just pin it to my blocking mats, or not even pin it, just lay it on my blocking mats and spray it with a spray bottle and block it that way. But I don't think I'll be able to because that full soak really evens out the color work, and I do have a little bit of lumpiness in my color work right now. I did do a little bit of a steam on one section of it, and it totally flattens out, and it'll be gone once it's blocked, but I'm worried that if I just spray it with a spray bottle, it's not going to get rid of that. So I do think I have to completely soak it and block it that way, and just pray that it doesn't grow too much, because I don't want it much bigger than where it is right now. But yeah, otherwise it's beautiful. I really enjoyed knitting all of this color work. It kept me entertained the whole time. I like that the sleeves are really short because of the dropped shoulder that the sweater has. It has a dropped shoulder. I don't think I said that. But I like that that makes the sleeves really short because I hate knitting the sleeves, and that made it go really fast. There's a little bit of a flare out on the cuff, which I'm not a huge fan of. You don't see it when you put it on though, but that I think is because this ribbing is knitted in a twisted rib, which it sucks it in a whole lot, but then when you try to do a stretchy bind off for the end of it, it flares out. So I guess that's something I'll try and fix when I'm blocking it, but otherwise I don't want to change the shape of anything else. The neckline I'm very happy with. Hitting my mic again. The neckline I'm super happy with. It sits really well. It's not too tight at all. It hits about here. Going that way, not down here. It's a higher neckline, but the edges of it hit about here. So that is perfect. And yeah, I will have this done by next episode for sure. It is going to be released by next episode, so I should let you guys know that. Tristan is planning on releasing this on November 15th, so I will have her link down below. I'll have her Ravelry, and then I will also try to remember to link her Instagram as well, so that you guys can keep updated when she releases it on either of those platforms. Yeah, super pretty boot weather sweater. Might be called boot weather poncho, but I think she ended up going with boot weather sweater. Okay, my next project, if you guys were here last episode, I had talked about how the bag that it was in had broken. I have not had a chance to fix it just yet, so I have switched it over into a different project bag. So it is now in this cute little llama bag from Yarn Candy Studio. These are my Reindeer Hooves socks by Christy Houghton of Yarn Cafe Creations. I am knitting these out of a sock set from Maker's Haven Yarn, which is called Spring is Sure to Follow. Here is the main color. Like I said, I don't have the mini with me right now. There. That shows it much better. So the mini is, you'll see when I show you the socks. I cast on 64 stitches for this pair of socks on 2.25 millimeter needles. I did a picot cuff for these, and they are shorty socks. The picot cuff that I used is in the Sweet Sadie Socks pattern by Alyssa Greenlaw. I always have that link down below if I have used it on the pattern, of course. But here is where I am. So this is the picot cuff that I was talking about. And for the heel, I used a slip stitch heel flap and gusset, and I put a garter panel down each side of it. This guy here is from, oh, she changed her name now. Sleight of Hand Charms, I believe. If that's wrong, I'll make sure I put a link down below. Yeah, so last time I was there, I had just finished the gusset decreases, so I'm now working on the foot. I am trying really hard now to just work on Christmas gifts so that I can get them all done. My hope is that I can have them all done by the end of November, so that December I can just spend knitting for myself and relaxing and enjoying the Christmas season, I guess. So these guys, I almost am ready to put a toe in on. Yeah, so they have words are running away from me today. This is cross stitches. So it's a way of doing like a 1x1 cable without actually having to use a cable needle or a cable without a cable needle. You just knit the stitches in a different way so that when you pull both of them off the needle at the same time, they cross. This is a great pattern to learn how to do something like that with, because every fourth row or every, how do I put that? The first and second row are cross stitches, the next two rows are something else. So every 2 rows, is that right? I'm sorry if it's not. You do it a lot. You do the cross stitches a lot. So I have them memorized on how to do them now. They're very easy. This is a total can shove in my purse knitting project, and I have no issues with it. So yeah, almost done this sock. Really hoping that by next episode I'll have both done. That would be awesome. Highly recommend the pattern. Made a tangly mess with my yarn. That's normal. That is what we tidy up later. So I only have one other knitting project that I've been working on because, like I said, I've been trying to work on Christmas projects and get them done. So this I have in a bag from Tiny Human Knits. It's the perfect walking and knitting bag with this little handle. Yeah, bag from Tiny Human Knits. And this is my Desert Vista Dyeworks socks for the month of November. And I am actually doing a pattern sock for the month of November. So I will show you the yarn first. This colorway is called Zombody Are You? So it is an Alice in Wonderland themed colorway with her like decomp stripe in the middle of it. And I am using the heel toe do-si do pattern by Kay Linton of the Crazy Sock Lady. This is what I have done so far. It's a super easy pattern. There are literally it's a 2-row repeat. I have it memorized already, and it makes this beautiful zigzag on the front of the sock. It's really made knitting my Desert Vista Dyeworks socks interesting for this month so far. I found I've just been burning out on them. Like, I love knitting vanilla self-striping socks, but to be using the same dyer's colorway all year to do my vanilla socks, it's a little tiring. Not that I don't love them, they're beautiful, but yeah, it's just a little tiring. So this has really brought some fun back into my Desert Vista Dyeworks socks. So I cast on 64 stitches for these because there's a pattern. I'm wondering if I should have done 60, but I'm too far to change that now, so I won't be changing that. I'll keep you updated on that. But yeah, 64 stitches on a 2.25 millimeter US 1 needle with a 2x2 rib. And yeah, I will be putting an afterthought heel in these, so I'm just gonna keep knitting, 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 knitting until I feel like they're long enough. Put the toe in and do my afterthought heel. Yeah. It's just so pretty, but like so simple. I asked my husband if he would like a pair like this because he doesn't usually like patterned socks. He usually just likes me to do plain vanilla stockinette socks and he's happy, but I've always really wanted to knit him a pattern pair. So we'll see. He's thinking about it right now. So we'll see what he decides, but yeah, I think it's manly. Not this colorway, obviously, but I think the pattern is manly. What do you think? So yeah, there are my Desert Vista Dyeworks socks. So that is all I have been working on for knitting the past 2 weeks. I'm sure you know I have tons of other projects on the needles, but like I said, I'm working on Christmas gifts. I want to get them done and out of the way so that I am not stressed and knitting Christmas gifts on the flight home for Christmas. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that if you're just here for the knitting. Make sure you enter the giveaway. Use the word sock down below to enter, or socks. I'll probably just search sock. If you say sock, it'll count. But yeah, make sure you enter that. Thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. It's incredible. And if you're here for cross stitch, let's jump into that really quick. So I do have one finished cross stitch object, which I have not ironed. I'm not apologizing for that. You will see it when it's fully finished and it'll be ironed and pretty. So this is my Cats in the Rain by Madame Chantilly. And look how cute it is. It's so cute. So what have I changed on this? The hair I changed, I believe it was the color that was called for the darker cats in here. This color here. Let me grab my cross stitch notes. It was called for DMC 3371 was called for, and I changed it to Classic Colorworks Manor Red. And I didn't write down the orange. Okay. And the orange that I used for this cat and this cat, that's the back of my project. It is pretty neat though. I'm pretty proud of it because it did look like it was the front while I was staring at it there for a while. Okay, so the orange that I used for that cat and that cat, I can't remember what they're called for. I'm not going to look, but I used DMC 721 for those cats. Otherwise, everything is the same. Other than the raindrops, I didn't really care about counting those out perfectly, so I just kind of placed them about where they were supposed to be. And yeah, I love this so much. So now I'm on the hunt for, I think I'm just going to frame it. So I'm on a hunt for a frame for it. And this will be a Christmas gift this year. Look at those little whiskers on the cats. It's so cute. Yeah, I hope she loves it. And I'm excited to have a cross stitch piece done for Christmas. Okay, so that is my only finished cross stitch object. And I've actually only been working on one other thing for a cross stitch. This is going to be a shorter episode, but that's okay. So the other thing that I have been working on is, I don't know if you've heard of the T-ball ornaments that Heartstring Samplery has released for the Christmas season, for all the time, but ornaments are for Christmas, I guess. So I have been working on a T-ball ornament as a gift for someone for Christmas. And this is what I have done so far. I hope you can see it and it's not reflecting too much. But I am stitching on the front of it, and then I will also stitch the same motif on the back. But surprisingly, it's really easy to stitch on a T-ball. It took me a little bit of time to get it figured out. I did rip out a couple times before I kind of got the idea in my head. I just couldn't for some reason wrap around my head that I could stitch 2/2 on here for some reason. But once I figured that out, it's been flying. So that is my T-ball ornament. I'm using all the call for colors in the pattern. The pattern does come with 4 different designs that you can stitch on the T-balls. It's super cute. So this one is the one that I'm doing on this T-ball. I might do another one with this pattern as well, but I think I'll keep the same thing on here, on both sides. Yeah, I purchased a kit for this off of Heartstring Samplery's Etsy page, but I did just notice that the pattern by itself is available on 123 Stitch now. And in the pattern, she does tell you exactly which T-balls you can buy off of Amazon or wherever to make the pattern work. And yeah, that is all I have to talk about this episode. Wow, I feel like that went really fast, which is a good thing because my poor little dog is downstairs by herself because she would be too loud and she would eat all of my stuff in here. So I can now take her out for a little walk and enjoy the outside before it gets snowy and cold. It's just cold right now, which I can kind of deal with. Yeah, thank you. I've said this so many times this episode, I swear, but thank you so much for 1,000 followers. I don't think I expected that to happen so quickly. Next episode is going to be my podcast anniversary. I've been doing this for a year, and I didn't expect to hit 1,000 followers in a year at all. So the fact that that happened is incredible. And yeah, please enter my giveaway. If you're a cross stitcher and you don't knit, you should try, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm sorry that I don't have anything for the cross stitchers out there. One episode I will definitely have some giveaways for my cross stitching friends. But yeah, please enter down below, use the word socks in your comments, and I will draw that winner on my next episode. I don't think I said that before, but I'll make sure I leave a little annotation across the bottom the first time I said it, just so that everyone knows I'll be drawing next episode. I'm just rambling now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found some inspiration, and I will see you guys again in 2 weeks. Take care.